Lucilla's story quest. After a week, I actually play it. I mean, at last. It's getting played.
Synchronist! We're all rooting for Rebel. The president doesn't look too happy today.
Lucilla's busy now.
Not a problem. For project funding approvals, we can follow the new Federation's model. But when it comes to picking research topics, I'm afraid I must insist on giving our teams more freedom to choose their own direction. I have full confidence
The president
in our
doesn't look too
faculty
happy
and
today.
students.
Maybe we should come back another time,
Precisely.
Professor?
But we both know that higher risk...
He met Farina.
Yes, I understand.
The president doesn't look too happy today. Maybe we should
Of
come back
course.
another time,
I'll
Professor?
note it down and reply to you. Understood. Let's save those two issues for our call next week. The new partnership model is interesting, but I'll need to run it by my colleagues first. No, not at all. Why would I think you're making things difficult for us? The Academy has always been open to this kind of collaboration. Okay then. See you next week. Have
Why-
a wonderful day.
Why is the phone so far away? I can even hear things.
Oh, impudent little hamster. Really? Using a crisis to haggle me down to wholesale? I'm fine. Just had a bit of a tiff with a rather difficult partner. It's just that... You want some coffee? I haven't gotten any shut-eye yet. Didn't realize the sun was already up.
So, what's all this you've got going on, President Lucilla?
Right. What am I even working on? After the hero defeats the Demon King, shouldn't we all be enjoying our happily ever after? But here I am, burning the midnight oil like I'm part of some sleep deprivation experiment. A former colleague from the Pioneer Association taught me how to make this special coffee blend. Want a sip?
Did she actually add?
Oh, it's a favorite among the gold runners in the new Federation. Packs a punch. Sometimes a little too much of a punch. That hits the spot. It wasn't the most thrilling time, but it certainly left me with some memorable moments. Now I'm around students every day, but it's hard not to notice how far I've drifted from their world. Ah, that one. One of my students took it. Shame I never got to see that solace skin with my own eyes. Must be twice a person's height, at least from the picture. Can a solace skin even grow that large?
Do you plan to tell me what I'm really doing here?
All right, Rover. Technically, I shouldn't be asking a student this. So let's just call it a casual chat between friends. So, from a purely administrative standpoint, is there a chance that certain unverified intel I share with you off the record could, through private channels, somehow influence an inspection report issued by a particular independent international organization?
That is rather specific.
I mean, what's your network like at the Black Shores? Got any real pull there? I'll be straightforward, Rover. Star Search Academy has been in a bit of a bind ever since the Exostrider and Aleph 1 left the Highway. As you can see, our investors are reassessing the Academy's value now that the Exostrider is gone. They're holding a review next week to discuss new management policies moving forward. Before that happens, I pulled some strings to get a third-party agency in for an independent investigation. Whatever they put in their report will steer the whole review.
I mean,
So you
Rover
brought
is
in
the
Black
founder
Shores to audit Star Torch.
of the Black
When's
Shore.
this happening?
Dr. Luke is waiting for the auditor at the Starboard Riseway as we speak. They'll be here any minute. Now, Rover, I'm not about to interfere with an independent audit, but I'd like you to be there during this visit. And if possible...
You want me to put in a good word?
Oh, no need. Just make sure they see the Academy for what it really is. My students can speak for themselves. Dr. Luke and the auditor have arrived. Shall we? Oh, just a second. Okay, let's go.
I just hope she doesn't have too much coffee in.
The president doesn't look too happy today.
Engineering retina testing ground floor brigade.
I admit there are a few errors in this code. I can give you a ride to the training grounds.
The lenses
Let's
can
get moving.
to drive light into storable energy.
I don't see anyone. Are they still on the way?
Oh, hold on. Dr. Luke says the auditor insisted on driving his own motorbike. That means they're on the second floor. Come on. What's all this?
Professor, we heard a very important visitor is coming to tour the Academy. Don't worry, We'll make a good impression.
Yep, we even threw together a little welcoming, thing.
You rascals. All right, but follow my lead. If this auditor is a by-the-book type, then we...
Woo!
Of course, it's him.
Oh, yeah! What a ride! Now that was top notch. Huh. So many people. So, not a confidential audit. Huh.
Welcome to Star Torch Academy. I'm Lucilla, the Academy President. So glad you could make it.
Welcome to Star Torch Academy!
That is not what I mentioned.
Oh, right. I'm Alto. You guys really know how to roll out the red carpet.
Nice to meet you, honored sir. I'm Sigrika, from the preparatory program. Thank you for coming to tour the academy.
Hello. Please, just Alto is fine. No need for that honored sir stuff.
Got it. I'm Arroya, you know. And I just want to say the academy has been so wonderful to my people. We're all working together to make the world a better place. Oh, and there are lots of Roya students in Rebel College too. Everyone works so hard.
I feel like these people are way too excited.
Uh-huh.
Chief Aldo, I'm Dorian from the agronomy wing. I brought you a complete nutrition squeezy jelly and our department's special self-heating cup noodles.
Cup noodles? Oh, thanks. Oh, and hey, just call me Alto.
Director Alto, I'm Misha from the Department of Exostrider Engineering. I couldn't bring my project here, so I'm here to sing instead.
Director, I'm from the Department of Void Matters, sir. I can dance.
These people are way too excited. It feels like they didn't had a visitor in the last 20 years.
And I can do some custom mods on your bike.
Mr. Alto? This is Rover from Rebel College. She will be joining us for the duration of your tour.
Rover. Ah, what a fantastic name. Not too long, not too short. Hey, psst. Are we supposed to know each other or not?
We are, but don't make it too obvious.
Copy that.
Well then, without further ado, let's head over to Rebel College. I'll fill you in on our facilities along the way.
That would be great.
Oh, tell those kids to go their separate ways. I'll meet you at Rebel College.
Got it.
He is still dancing.
Someone want to tell me what's happening?
Cheetah. Und sie
No,
genau waren.
Oliver? Everyone's saying the board is looking to shut down Rebel College.
No, not the college. Just the Synchronists. A professor covering our Royan history class told us the Space Trek Collective wants them out of the academy.
Yeah, well, the rumor mill says Rebel eats up 2/3 of the Academy's budget. And the Collective's investors have strong opinions about that. I say investors, but it's mostly new Federation money. Can't say I'm surprised they're pulling this kind of stunt.
What about you, Chisa? What have you heard?
Me? Actually, I don't know the specifics of what's happening. I just wanted to help.
So it's all just hearsay for now.
Probably. I mean, they were literally picked just to pilot the Exostrider.
But Synchronists are all such brilliant students. Even if they can't pilot anymore, they still...
The new Fed only cares as long as you're an asset. The second you're not, you're out.
There must be more to it than that. The president and I are on it. You guys should head back for now.
Well, give me a shout if you need backup. There's no way I'm letting them do the Synchronists dirty like this.
We're counting on you, Senior. We trust you.
Let's get moving.
In addition to augmented resonance training, we place strong emphasis on general education for our Synchronists. This is Professor Mornier, who teaches synth armament studies. Shall we sit in for a bit, Mr. Alto, before we tour the student projects?
If it's no trouble.
All right. In the last lecture, we proved that the rule equation holds true for Type 2 synth armaments. Today, we'll move on to their tuning stability constants. Li Xin, could you please write the final derivation from the last lecture on the board?
Yes. Professor.
While she gets started, let's do a quick review. Waleo, what is the standard medium used to measure tuning stability in a lab setting?
It's so...
Yes, sodium. An interesting choice, though its volatility makes it impractical for standard testing.
Money tried his
Sonia,
best
could you tell me
to
the
teach,
standard
but no
medium
one
for
cares.
determining tuning stability in synth armaments under laboratory conditions?
Squeezy jelly.
Squeezy jelly, you say? Well, it seems we moved through the material a bit too quickly last time. but that's all right. Everyone, please refocus. Let's go over Lycian's board work.
As you can see, Mr. Alto, this is our signature sleep learning program.
Oh, very impressive. How about we move on to the next stop?
After you. Now we're about to show you some augmented resonance projects developed by our synchronists. Among them, the unmanned vehicle prototype shows exceptional promise across multiple market sectors.
Absent students, 8. Data uploaded to cloud storage.
These children seem to have forgotten the importance of honoring their commitments.
What's the deal?
Looks like the students all skipped class.
Yeah, maybe we're just too early, President Lucilla. Why don't we take a stroll elsewhere? I'm actually quite curious about the Academy's catering system.
My apologies, Mr. Alto. How fortunate we are to have you here, despite our apparent lack of preparation. There's no point denying it. You're seeing firsthand how the ongoing debate within the Space Trek Collective has begun to affect our students. Star Torch needs support now more than ever.
Dragging the Black Shores into this might make things difficult for Shorekeeper. Let's, just observe for now.
I understand, President. And this is precisely why I'm here to convey the...
Mr. Alto, how about we add an extra tour this evening? We can discuss anything you'd like after that.
Works for me.
Rover, I'll take Mr. Alto for a meal then. Would you mind checking back in with Professor Mornier for me?
See you on Waves Line.
That was painful to watch.
Let's get moving.
Why didn't you wake them up?
This class is difficult to follow, so it's normal for some to drift off. Still, it's rare for the entire class to go like that. If only
Wait,
I
it's
could make
common?
my lectures more accessible.
This isn't your fault.
It's like metal fatigue. These students are being tempered and pushed to their limits over and over. Eventually, the metal just snaps. Should I have woken them? Reprimanded them? Or offered them assurance? I've heard about the pressure they've been under lately. Maybe the best thing is a few days away from all this. Thank you, Mentor.
Let's get moving.
We've got the mind-bending herder, the eccentric traffic illuminator.
You have my deepest respect. Working in this food desert takes a special kind of fortitude. I couldn't convince her. She hit me with, "I'm too grown up for school now." But that's fine. I asked President Lucilla to give me some grown-up worksheets. See how she likes those. Huh. To put it simply, the Exostrider's gone. So, the synchronous program needs to go. Problem is, everyone has a different idea of what to do with those students. And by everyone, I mean President Lucilla versus everyone else. Anyway, the new Federation and the majority of the board want to pull the plug immediately and draft a new teaching plan from scratch. Meanwhile, the executive committee moderates have promised to stay out of it as long as their nation's synchronists are covered, with either guaranteed support back home or a smooth transfer somewhere else.
Where does Lucilla stand?
She wants to continue the synchronous program.
Continue?
Yup. Confusing, isn't it? Speaking of which, how well do you know her, Rover?
What does she want to achieve with this?
Huh. So you're not so sure either, huh? I'll be honest with you, Rover. The Black Shores doesn't trust her right now. Between her proposal, her deep new Fed connections, and that evasive attitude, there are just too many uncertainties for us to take on the risk of helping her. At least, that's the conclusion we've reached based on the facts we have so far. But the Bloom Bearers who graduated from Star Torch heard about this and stepped up to endorse Lucilla. That's what changed Shorekeeper's mind. A teacher who gets that kind of trust from her students. That's pretty impressive.
So what do you need from me?
Actually, according to Shorekeeper, you are the one really running this audit. So, we need you, acting as both a Star Torch student and a Black Shores auditor, to tell us if Lucilla is solid and what she's really planning.
That makes
For the
sense.
Synchronists, but I've also got my responsibility to the Black Shores. I don't think Lucilla would put her students in harm's way, but still. Got it. I'll do what I can to help you.
I should be the one saying that to you. Anyway, we need a plan for how...
Great, another grand plan. Why'd you gotta make everything so complicated?
Oh, what the... how's that?
Hello, Mr. Alto. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to invest in the Exostrider project. I suggest the Black Shores chips in this much. Or you can just
Where
patch
did
me
she
through
even
to the
come
collective
from?
board. I'd be happy to handle the negotiations myself.
Is this Imeth? I can't believe she just hacked a Black Shores terminal.
Haven't seen her in a while.
I am being serious. If synchronous degrees get cancelled, my record will say I only finished Roya preschool.
That's a concern.
Besides, keeping Rebel College around isn't that hard. Get creative. Talk to Chase. Talk to Shorekeeper. The Collective's investors can't be tougher to handle than LF1, right? So what if they don't care about your contributions? If they actually want you on their side, they'll have to listen anyway. That's how leverage works.
If we lean on that kind of leverage now, we'll be held to it later. My experience has shown me that it's often better to act as an individual. Since you're planning on the savior career path, I think you'll understand what I mean, Imeth.
Makes sense. Kinda old school thinking, though.
I need to figure out what Lucilla is really thinking. Then I'll play it by ear. If I want them to protect the Synchronists when I can't, I've got to work inside their system. That's just how this game works. Trust me and Lucilla. We'll find the right way to handle this.
Ha! Alright then. But just so you know, if my school record disappears, I'm renaming the Space Trek Collective to the Imeth Collective.
With any... Yeah, so far I'm really enjoying the story quest of Wuthering Waves.
It might actually take some pressure off.
Thanks for showing by.
But like she said, she's a synchronist too. That just makes her one more person Lucilla has to protect.
By the way, do we know
Fair
Wuthering
enough.
Waves?
But I'm afraid we have less time than we thought. I spotted some new Fed spies back at the station. Lost them on the motorbike. But it won't be long before they track us here. Before Lucilla's next tour begins, let's poke around and see what we can find.
Yes. I just answered your question. I was saying I couldn't enjoy the stream because I liked the story so far.
Campus? I'm starting to get the hype. Wait, isn't that
It was my answer to hope your stream going well.
Let's go over.
Look, I'm not avoiding my paper. I just can't sleep with your constant noise.
I'm doing fine. I mean, I started the stream 1 hour after I came home from work. So I'm a bit tired, but everything is going fine
Please don't
so far.
fight, you two. Maybe I'll just check out the other stalls.
How are things going
This piece was
on your side?
No, it isn't. She's just a prep student. She doesn't know anything about quality.
Excuse me? The audacity! Just begging for a smack, aren't you?
Sorry, I'm not familiar with the mechanics, but I can see that this device's internal
like
structure is finely crafted.
8 months.
From the external casing down to the internal wiring, The structure and circuitry are meticulously designed. Someone put their heart into
Actually,
this.
exactly or nearly 8 months.
In the market, isn't it?
Yes, the best.
Thank you. That means more to me than you know.
I'm from
Honestly, If
Germany,
you want fundraising today, I just give it to you.
mainly
Now, tell you what, I'll give you 20%
streaming English
off.
because I thought that's where it makes more sense to play a game on English and also
6 years of your
speak
life
in English.
just to sell it for nothing?
I don't know. If you play a game in English and you speak German, I don't know. It's kind of felt
Having
weird.
nothing to show for the past and nothing waiting in the future. That's nothing. Look around, Li Heng. We are synchronists. Synchronists who had the most resources, but
I mean, it's
never
currently my
became the chosen
favorite
one for the
game,
Exostrider.
but I'm also playing other games, of course. The other game I'm playing is Path of Exile 2. Do you know Path of
If we drop our
Exile?
stupid pride and try to support the students coming up behind us, then we can still be worth something.
What, this game?
Gonna
Wuthering
support them,
Waves?
sure, but who's gonna support you?
Me. I will support you. Nothing to show? I refuse to let anyone write your epitaph before your work's even been seen. Nothing waiting? You all have me.
It's from an artist, from one artist, and
Will always stand with you. Even if the whole world turns its back.
I can't remember her
If I
name.
have to do it alone.
Here's my phone.
And by the way, we just landed a very generous sponsor. The new research fund will arrive tomorrow.
Yeah, anyway, I have gotten this from an artist. I could never do this on my own.
Pack up this stall. Unless you want to sell your hard work at a loss.
3D modeling and rigging, that's that is not in my skill set.
Chief Alto, it was you, wasn't it? You're the sponsor.
Huh? Oh, well...
Yes, it was made on a commission. You are pretty... You're pretty excited about that art stuff. Are you also an artist?
Really? Using a crisis to haggle me down to wholesale? Just had a bit of a tiff with a rather difficult partner.
She closed a deal in a single afternoon? That must have been a hard bargain.
Look at them. Adorable, aren't they?
I wonder... What goals does Lucilla have? I mean, we basically know nothing.
Sorry, Professor. We were out of line.
Out of line? For defending your work? That's not something to apologize for.
Are you searching for a commission then?
Listen to me, Li Xin. This pioneering spirit of yours,
Yeah,
in all of
that's...
you, it deserves to be seen by
First
more
of all, I
people.
have my artist, and second of all, I
let go
currently
of it.
don't need any assets. So, especially in these kind of times where you can get fired anytime.
I won't.
It's not the time to spend.
Oh, and maybe go a little easier on your brother. He's running out of brain cells to lose.
Professor? There's something I should tell you.
About Lenny and the others skipping class? Don't worry. I've already been briefed on their whereabouts. So, Mr. Alto, shall we move on to the evening's special viewing?
Whoa. Yeah, let's do it.
Very curious about what Lucilla is actually planning. I mean, we know nothing about her plans or goal.
We've got the mind-bending herder, the eccentric traffic.
So they turned the reading room into a workshop. Not bad. Kids know how to hustle.
You only wanna show me your work without any backthought.
I'm heartbroken, you know.
That's a bit hard to believe.
Synchronists Club projects. You really think that scrap you wanted me to parade around was gonna win over a single investor? This is what a win looks like. All-terrain, self-propelled artillery. AI-driven multimodal autonomous defense system? Best part is, full augmented resonance effect control. Means zero electromagnetic interference. You could drop this thing in the middle of the etheric sea, and as long as I'm still breathing, I'm still piloting. Auditor!
Present!
If you keep funding synchronous research, then this
Yeah,
goes into mass
that's my
production in
Twitter.
1 year. No, 6 months!
Mass production?
I know, hard to believe, but just let us show you!
I mean,
No,
you can add me on Twitter and I can add you back and
isn't a mercenary group.
then yeah,
Discords like a hot
I
knife
can
through butter.
scroll through your Twitter and give you my thought on your work.
I've got this. Remove the safety, Lenny. Let's give it a test. Be careful.
Activate!
That vehicle.
Watch out!
What the hell were the sound effects?
Look at the camera. Take shape. Gotcha.
Right, Tronix official. Okay, got it. I will take a look at it after the stream.
Not bad.
I don't really have access to my phone yet.
Gotcha.
Or just now.
Are you
Well,
alright?
That was the prototype.
Sorry, Professor. Mr. Alto, and club leader Lenny. I lost control. I'm really sorry.
Nana,
I
please contact
will
Dr.
after the stream. Bro, I'm on stream. I can't just now Do you want me to stop the stream, search my phone, or go on Twitter and follow you back?
Go get yourself patched up in the infirmary. I'll handle the rest.
I will follow you back and text you afterwards.
I agree.
Okay?
And I'm not just blowing smoke, Lenny. Controlling delicate equipment through pure resonance is an ability only you synchronists possess. This technology has huge potential, especially if you, maybe, lose the terrifying weapons?
But it's too late now.
It's never too late. I've been talking to new partners. There are many who still want to support us.
We are here to strive for the future of civilization. Star Torch Academy will be the cradle for synchronists and the vanguard of our collective hope. That's what my admission letter said. That's what I believed. I knew I was signing up to be one of the Exostrider's 1,000 backup pilots, a spare part, an appendix to a civilization's appendix. And I never regretted it. Strive for the future of civilization? Professor, is it true that no one cares about us now that the Exostrider is gone?
I care.
Professor! Professor!
Now we know the reason why she wants to keep
I used to
the
think this whole
program
synchronous thing was
alive.
just shuffling students from one class to another. But I get it now. These kids, they aren't fighting to keep their synchronous privileges. They're fighting to protect the synchronous mission. Huh. That's why President Lucilla is so adamant about keeping the program. Emotionally, I'm right there with her. But it's not enough to win over the review committee. Without the Exostrider, the synchronous program is just a drain on their resources.
I don't think Lucilla is the type to wager on sentiment alone. She's definitely holding her plans close to her chest.
Asking for our help while keeping secrets. Or is there some other explanation? Either way, ball's in your court, Rover. Our undercover auditor.
I'm sorry for the incidents today.
Please, don't be. It was a rewarding day. Those young synchronists left a great impression on me. Speaking of which, is Lenny gonna be all right?
She's fine. Dr. Luke is taking her to the infirmary. And at this hour, allow me to walk you to your room.
Oh, no need for that. Dr. Luke showed me the way earlier. Actually, you look like you're the one who could use a rest. Rover, why don't you walk the president back instead?
All right then. See you tomorrow morning. I need to stop by the conference hall before heading back. Care to walk with me?
Sure. When was the last time you slept?
Can't remember.
Last time you ate?
I did keep track of that.
At least
What's the
something.
weather like at the Black Shores?
It doesn't really change much.
And the food?
A bit better than what we get here.
Just a bit. My students who join the Black Shores barely write to me. Even when they do, they never mention their daily lives. If I do get a sudden call out of nowhere, it's just, "Professor, I have a question." Adorable little gremlins, all of them. As long as they're safe. That's what matters. So, when are you going to start?
Start what?
Fishing for intel? That Mr. Alto must have put you up to it, right?
We could have just cut to the chase.
Rover, would you let the Black Shores compromise its founding mission of fighting the Lament to get tangled up in superpower politics? Just for my sake?
See the
I
point.
asked myself yesterday if I really knew you. Turns out, I don't. And I kept going back and forth on what role you should play here. This situation isn't noble, isn't just. It's just businessmen and politicians squabbling over a slice of the pie. But I want this to be a collaboration between Star Torch and the Black Shores. Not because we're friends, but because it makes sense. I put you through this detour because I was afraid that if I asked you directly, you'd just say yes to helping me. So I wanted you to see it for yourself. Judge it with your own measures. That way, when you go back to your people, you can tell them if Lucilla is worth trusting, and if these synchronists are worth fighting for.
Rover, are you still with the president? Change of plans. The new Federation caught wind she was rallying support and moved the review up.
To when?
Tomorrow morning. Technically, that's in 3.5 hours.
Classic New Fed. They probably had a review panel parked outside Lahairoi for days, just waiting for the Black Shores to show.
How'd they win over the other member states and round up representatives so quickly?
Space Trek Collective budget bylaws. Because the New Fed is a permanent member and rotating chair, they only need half the members to abstain to control the outcome. They likely had this review rigged before it was even proposed.
Gear up, President Lucilla. We'll see how the review plays out and take it from there.
3.5 hours. That's plenty of time. Let's go.
That's...
Where to?
What about the plan of sleeping? Lucilla can't even afford to sleep currently. It's a bit sad.
About how you dragged me into your plan? Or the things you're still not telling me?
My. Oh, sorry. Call it a teacher trying to keep on her mask? You're still my student on paper after all.
It sounds like you're saying I can just sit back and enjoy the show.
Bet that's not something you get to do every day, is it?
I didn't expect there to be a place like this beneath Rebel College.
Before Sundermere Base was built, this was a research facility for augmented resonance effects and void storm countermeasures. It's been decommissioned for years. The executive committee told me I could do whatever I wanted with the space. So I used my forte to do some light remodeling. Memories of my students that should exist only in my mind. Here, they become real. A tangible piece to display. We still have some time. If you're interested, feel free to look around.
You're using your forte to do all this?
Can you technically call it a museum?
However long it took, it was worth it. So, the exhibits we're looking for are here.
Behind the wall?
Don't forget, this is my memory palace. Naturally, memory locks require memory keys to unlock. Allow me to demonstrate. This fancy trick only works in this little domain of mine.
Isn't that the mechanic of a different game? Did Kuro Games reference this? I mean, I can remember a game where you shoot photos and can materialize these photos in real.
What is it?
This is the very reason I built this exhibition hall in the first place. Professor, do you trust me?
Lucilla? You spaced out there. Are you all right?
I'm fine. Just had a dream that only lasted a few seconds. Rather fascinating.
Maybe it's a good idea to rest before the review starts.
Don't worry. I promise you I'll crash the second this is over. But right now, we must bring these exhibits with us.
Will a few exhibits be enough to sway them? She usually knows exactly how to sell anything. So why does she look so hesitant now?
Thank you for your trust. I know you have 1,000 questions burning in your mind. How will she handle the new Fed? What's her plan for the Synchronist with the Exostrider gone? Forgive me for not having the answers just yet.
I know you'd never harm the students. That's the only answer I need.
Terrible timing for a compliment, Rover. Anyway, let's take these 2 exhibits and... See you soon, Professor.
Yeah, that's definitely not planned.
Some kind of force pulled us down here. Do you know where we are?
If my memory serves, we're directly beneath the exhibition hall. This way.
A Synchronist's cockpit? Was this the prototype?
It looks the part, but this was actually our plan B. Designed without safety limiters to get sync rates up quick.
Yes, I quit Para Exile until Friday.
By force.
You're right, Capo. Sorry to tell this. Sorry, you have to know it. I have to get informed like this.
I know. It was meant as a last resort if civilization was staring down extinction. The project was terminated after the initial trials.
I just hope you take your own thought not that serious. I mean, come on.
Ever again. What our students are facing now isn't new. I just hope I can do better by them this time.
Any idea how we find our way out of here?
With our eyes open, the key should be somewhere here. Excellent. You're catching on quickly.
We started hardcore again, really on maps again. You mean like endgame maps, or what you mean with maps?
Lucilla.
Fine, no more jokes. Honestly, anyone watching would think you're the one facing the board. There, I know the way out. Remember what I told you before?
I got an endgame too.
About the memories I erase periodically.
I defeated the last boss.
Some things I can't bear to remember.
And I encountered that bug where if you die against these bosses,
like some of them are tired of being locked up. Rover,
you're stuck. So you have to reload.
We can use this key to leave, but I need your help to get there.
No, I'm not complaining taking too long. I'm complaining about the bug that soft locked me. Yes, it was a
Everything
bug.
here is from my memory.
You fight two bosses. These the third map in the third category.
I understand. I'll be your reference point. But what about
If
this
you
girl?
die against them,
Are we just leaving her?
these
Rover,
bosses
do
are
you
not
have any
attacking you
experience
anymore,
dealing with children?
and you
what makes
basically
a child
softlog
the
and you
most
have to
flustered
restart the
when
whole
they're
map
playing
or
hide
have
and
to
seek?
reload the whole map. That's only happening in 10,
I
15
see.
minutes. It's, yeah.
Now come along. Let's treat this little escape as a warm-up
Jetzt
for the
you
review.
was AFK for a couple of hours and still in hours even I'm doing it for the 15th time. I mean, I reached endgame only the first time, so getting bothered for taking this long is not really something I
First
do.
developed the materials for the Academy's anti-void canopy.
What's all of that in a separate room?
Scrap of the day. Even the best recycling can only keep up with so much.
I have the photo.
In the end, I tried to kill every boss and I did one map and then I had to go to work. So I tried it once, then I had to stop, and until now, until Sunday, I didn't have. Until Monday, I didn't have the time to go further. I need the other photo.
Let's pick up the pace. Come on, get in the shot.
Oh, where the hell is this photo?
Let's pick up the
I mean, I
pace.
understand the mechanic of the endgame, that you have some map items and you unlock these regions.
Aren't you good? Oh my. Gosh darn it. Let's pick up the pace.
Wait, can I? I thought maybe I could do it the other way around and get the second photo.
Hold still. Oh my.
Huh? That thing didn't work.
for class. Not bad.
I thought I need a second photo.
Gosh darn. Say cheese.
I also want to reach endgame with Stormweaver. A build where you just cast
artificial
endless amount of spells and literally exploding the map.
This is but a
Sounds
pale
too much
imitation.
fun.
Among the synchronists who survived the experiments, there was one from Jinzhou. Once he realized he'd never resonate with the Exostrider, he returned home and joined the Ministry of Development's Defense Division. There, he and his colleagues worked together to develop Jinzhou's Retroact Rain defenses.
You're saying the shields against Retroact Rain and Void Storms share the same origin?
Not exactly. His approach didn't work on Void Storms at all, and it was discarded long ago. Before he left the Academy, the only things he asked to take with him were a few sheets of material buried under that pile of junk. I often wonder, was he just reluctant to let go of his design? Or had he already mapped out how to protect his hometown?
The girl who trapped us here? She must be trying to show us something through this memory.
Seems I've been getting schooled by my own students a lot lately. Let's go. It's time to move on to the next classroom.
What class do you play? What ascension do you have? That's maybe more
Not even close.
more important to know. Or is a ES the
Let's
class?
pick up the pace.
Oh, ascension. From it's a witch, right?
What's wrong?
Was it a witch?
Stay where I can see you, Rover. We've wandered into an unpleasant memory. It's far too easy to get lost in here.
It doesn't look like there's a way to cross the barrier ahead.
I have an idea.
Energy shield.
Rover, just go with me on this.
I saw some build with energy shield where your HP is at 1 and you have like 10,000 energy shield.
Step a little to the side.
Like this?
Perhaps a step forward. Maybe a step back. All right, this is the last one. Let's see that beautiful smile. Has anyone ever told you that you're not the
Is
most
this
photogenic?
bit like Viable having
Have now.
No more
1
teasing.
HP and a shit ton of energy shield? I mean, I saw it on some builds. Need to pick up some immunity stuff before I can go further. Good, I don't think we will go on HP. I want to try it out with my Stormweaver. Just to have it. Just to see. How things turn out.
Let's pick up the pace.
Yeah, of course it depends if this build is viable on certain. I mean, certain builds are viable on certain characters and on certain.
Congratulations. I'm certain she'll make an immense contribution to the new Federation someday.
Well, Lucy will never become a resonator.
No?
I don't want to be a resonator.
I saw there was a talent that before you take damage on HP, your mana gets
Swift and resolute.
used at certain extent or completely. I don't know. There's too many combos. You're still figuring how build a good undead army. Yeah, I mean it makes sense by that
Lucilla?
kind of
Not good.
talent
Is that a
tree.
reference point? She's getting pulled into the deep end of her memories.
The
I need
talent
to
tree
find
is
her
so huge. You can do so much stuff, and you have so many ascensions. There is no way one build, one ascension got figured out completely. I mean, I had a potion once that took some mana to regen more life. I mean, it was nice to also have a usage for your mana flask. But at some point I just said, yeah, I would rather just use one potion and heal with this without draining something else. We don't play those, which takes one. What other 50% personal choices, I guess they have usually higher effect rate. I kind of look into kind of builds to see where stuff is going, and then I take my decisions based on these. I like to play this way because it's just too many options. If it's a straight line, a kind of interest, how this build is kind of going and playing, and then I make decisions based on that. Head first decisions, I think way too much. No, I can't do this. I'm overthinking anything. And then I don't even skill my points. And I have like 10 skill points, and then I'm fucking stuck because I'm stuck by not using my talents.
And it'll be their choice.
Their choice? Whose dreams are we really achieving?
It will be their choice, Lucilla. My Lucy, I won't speak of your past choices, but tell me, has there been a single choice that wasn't your own?
I still refuse.
There. Just like that. Act tough. Fight hard. And then we both take a step back at the review.
Yeah. I tried it, I overthought everything, and then I was just looking up something to see how some bills are going or showing off.
To the Pioneer Association.
And then I
then to
took
the
these
Spectre
routes.
Collective, and now here. No wonder I was never cut out to be president. Watch out. That's me from the dark side. I use this memory to trap her. When are you going to tell her, Professor Lucilla? President Lucilla? That you've already made a deal with the new Federation? Let's go. You think you can outrun yourself, Lucilla?
Your plan? Are you just following the new Federation's playbook?
Don't let her get to you. How could I ever sell out my students? I have a plan, it's just...
It's just what?
Wishful thinking. A moth to the flame, daring the sky with wings of wax. Your students will die because of you. Let's leave this place, Rover.
She isn't denying it. Does this mean it's technically correct?
You could have erased this memory. Why keep something so dangerous locked away?
To keep the sting fresh. A sharp reminder of the cost of slipping up if I ever get too comfortable in the Academy's peace. Let it go, Lucilla. Face what you know is reality. Once again, I found the courage to step into this room. Time flows here. Silent and peaceful. The Academy is alive and thriving. We've come so much further than I ever dreamed.
Is there always a picture I can't use? It doesn't even matter.
The accident report is indisputable. Cable insulation failure leading to... control abnormality. But the truth is simpler. I approved the plan. I killed her. I wrestled with it for so long. What's a teacher supposed to do when a student dreams something so brilliantly insane? But she chose the sky. And I thought, at least let her have one chance to fall.
was that, Sundamir? Are we back before the Starward Riseway was even built?
Most of the students who lost their synchronous status in those forced sync trials decided to return home. All but one. She told me it wasn't that she'd lost the Exostrider. The Exostrider had lost her. She said she designed a revolutionary transport method. A rocket piercing the sky. A way to bridge that sky and the Earth. This was the day she tested it. Her first crewed flight.
Then that wasn't a falling star. It was...
a spacecraft. Carrying the most brilliant student I've ever known.
To Sundermere Lookout. Professor, can you hear me?
Yes.
The weather couldn't be more perfect today. Oh, and I just saw a super huge Solaskin. I'll snap a picture for you as soon as I can.
Okay.
Professor? You don't sound like your usual self. Are those investors giving you a hard time again?
No, it's not that. I haven't slept much lately. I'm a little tired. That's all.
Professor, do you trust us?
Hey,
remember that old Huanglong saying? Know the way at dawn and, something at dusk? Ugh, it went right out of my head.
I can't remember it either.
That's okay. I'll look it up and tell you the second the experiment is over. Talk to you soon.
Kinda makes sense why she wants to continue these programs. He lost one student and doesn't want to lose more. But the sad truth is you can't save all.
From the way it fell, void matter must have pierced the shielding mid-flight. But if we'd reinforced the coating... What kind of civilization do you think built the Exostrider? If they were that advanced, do you think they'd already defeated the Threnodians? Overcome the Lament? But before they reached the stars, they must have fallen too. Again and again. Go. Be our eyes. Walk with humanity. Please, give this to our teacher. Humanity's smallest step. And everything we had to give.
This isn't good.
Lucilla!
Bro, what she's thinking? Come on. Is she getting a mental breakdown now?
Lucilla, wait! Lucilla, your emotions are affecting this domain. It's dangerous.
Staying here is the real danger. Oh, we have to leave. Almost there. As long as we keep moving upward, we'll find the way out.
Ice monkey soon.
So this is why you wouldn't tell me what your plan was. This way out you've been building for the Synchronists. It's just a dead end, isn't it?
I don't want the new Federation to lay their dirty hands on my students. But the more I think about it rationally, the more I realize I can't reject their offer. Because on what grounds can I propose a plan that might kill them?
For some reason, those are breakpoints for
I
progression.
know why that girl trapped you here.
What?
You're terrified that your proposal will be their end. You're afraid because you know they'll support any plan you bring to the table. Because you're their teacher.
You mean that ice monkey that literally can one hit KO you or one hit kill you? Yeah, I met him.
Another lesson from my own
And I actually killed him. It was pretty annoying to get one-shotted. But eventually I managed to dodge enough.
See you later, Rover.
He did one-hit me. I just can tell you he did it with my Witch Hunter build. Good thing I dealt also a quite amount of damage, so that fight was kind of even based on HP we both had.
hope humanity can soar even higher.
I hope humanity can venture even farther.
I hope humanity can weather any storm.
He's literally carrying every student's dream.
Professor, what's your dream?
That's heavy.
My dream? My dream is simply to see all of yours come true. See you later, Professor. Let's go. Together this time. Raise. Take shape. I protect. I inscribe every edge. Oh my. Memories take shape.
Sadly, the ultimate is not active with Lucilla. Normally.
Professor, can you hear me?
I hear you. Loud and clear.
The weather couldn't be more perfect today. Oh, and I just saw a super huge Solaskin.
Yes, I see it too. You're right. It's absolutely huge.
Great. I thought you weren't gonna believe me. Right. I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
That was a trophy, you serious?
Was that girl another one of your students?
She is every memory I have of this academy. She is every one of my students.
We've come all this way, and I still don't know what your plan actually is.
That's okay. Everyone's about to find out.
Tired?
That was an excited yawn, Rover.
Rover, where are you and Lucilla? The other panelists have all taken their seats. The students, too. Can we really trust this plan of hers? Anyway, I'm leaving the speech to you.
If I...
Then we'll face it together. See you later, Professor.
Don't tell me she's collapsing due to enough sleep. To a certain extent, it would be kind of funny.
President Lucilla, I am Cameron, Permanent Secretary of the Space Trek Collective Board. By appointment of the board, and on behalf of the Investors Conference, I hereby convene this second special inquiry concerning the synchronous program of Star Torch Academy. Pursuant to Article 12 of the Space Trek Collective Charter, President Lucilla, you may now raise any procedural objections regarding the attendees, the agenda, or the draft of this session.
I would like to know the national composition of this review panel, Miss Cameron.
This panel consists of 10 members, all from the new Federation. 5 serve as special representatives, and of the remaining 4 permanent board members, 2 have abstained and delegated their voting rights to the Federation. Additionally, we have Mr. Alto, attending as independent auditor on behalf of the Blackshores.
Then, Ms. Cameron, I believe the current composition of this panel fails to comply with charter regulations governing review committees.
According to the regulations, any participant authorized by a board member shall be deemed to hold the same nationality as that member. The panel's composition is perfectly valid.
Pardon the interruption. If that's the case, then Rover, currently a student at Rebel College, can also be considered a panelist appointed by the Black Shores. Here's the paperwork.
Welcome, Rover.
I have no further questions, Ms. Cameron.
Then, per the agenda, I will now relay the investors' resolution following our previous inquiry. Given that the loss of the Exostrider constitutes a de facto failure of the program, our immediate priority is to establish a compensation plan for the affected assets and students. Furthermore, the board directs that the synchronous program must be terminated immediately, or at minimum suspended.
My stance remains unchanged, Ms. Cameron. I intend to continue the program.
We require a justification.
Panelists, this is a theoretical prototype for a shield designed to counter retroact rain, created by one of our synchronists. This prototype significantly accelerated the development of Jinzhou's own defenses. It saved countless lives during the war against the Threnodian Overthrax. And yet, the material used in this prototype was originally nothing more than discarded scrap from one of the engineering department's experiments. It was only because its designer was a synchronist, educated in engineering, void matter, and even meteorology, that this material found a second life.
You seem to be arguing for the superiority of general education for the Synchronists, President Lucilla. However, general education isn't even included in the program's white paper. I fail to see a link between that and advancing the Synchronist program. The shield is an impressive surprise, but given the cost of gambling on such a slim probability, the cost-effectiveness is simply too low.
Ms. Cameron, panelists, how exactly are we meant to measure the cost-effectiveness of failure? As you can see, this shattered component comes from a failed experiment. One that was not even recorded in the Collective's official gazette. A Synchronist gave her life as the price for validating her theory. 15 months later, this very component became the final piece for the construction of the Star Ward Riseway, the bridge between Lahaiwar's Earth and the sky. Humanity does not always set out for the sake of victory, Ms. Cameron. Our Synchronists know from the day they enroll. No one knows when the Exostrider will awaken, and the odds that they'll be the one to pilot it are slim. Yet they come anyway. They march toward likely failure from the very start. So I ask you, can you truly say that such failure has no value? And how can we call that a failure of the Synchronists, when the Exostrider was the one who banished LF1 from our world?
Secretary Cameron, the Black Shores representative requests the floor.
Proceed.
On the subject of unforeseen benefits from the program, we find ourselves in agreement with President Lucilla. This is a set of disclosable data we've just compiled. A significant proportion of current Black Shore members came from Star Torch Academy. These Bloom Bearers demonstrate exceptional capability, talent, and resolve, traits most prominent among the Synchronists. Furthermore, the Synchronists serve as role models for other students. I believe Rover is better suited to speak on that.
The Synchronist program is a search for a way out for our civilization. When we believed the Exostrider was the only route, then those fit to pilot it were the Synchronists. Now that the Exostrider is no longer a viable option, the ones fit to search for a new way out are still our Synchronists.
Yes, which is why I must disagree with evaluating the Synchronist program purely in terms of cost effectiveness. I urge investors to reconsider the criteria used to measure its value.
We require a discussion. This session is adjourned for 5 minutes.
Just 5 minutes.
Let them see your potential. Let them see your value. But that is not enough.
President Lucilla, following the review panel's deliberation. We fully recognize the potential value of the Synchronists as an independent academic division, as well as their role model effect. However, as Rover stated, only those fit to shoulder the burden of finding a new way out deserve the title Synchronist. Therefore, we propose a compromise. Rebel College will be preserved, but all future training must be subject to the guidance and review of this panel. Let's both take a step back, shall we? President Lucilla.
This is it. The final fight, Lucilla. Take a deep breath. Keep your composure. And remember. Everything you regret. Everything that brings you joy. Everything you have lost. Everything you have witnessed. The answer you chase. The treasure you give everything to protect. No, that won't be necessary, Secretary Cameron. The Synchronists of today, they remain the closest thing this world has to a way out for our civilization. After our confrontation with Aleph 1, we recovered this audio recording from the interstellar probe Farwatcher.
It's nothing more than static.
Even so, it is the only legacy the pioneers of Solaris have left us. We are not alone, Secretary Cameron. Just as our ancestors took shelter in caves, just as Star Torch Academy was built in Lahairoi, just as humanity itself endures on Solaris, a brave soul took the first step to claim that future.
I fail to see what this has to do with the Synchronists.
Using Rebel College research, we can build vehicles driven entirely by augmented resonance. That means complete immunity to frequency interference. And the training our Synchronists undergo makes them the perfect pilots for these vessels.
But the Strider Gate has been sealed. Not to mention, whatever lies beyond can hardly be called a route.
Who said civilization's route to the future has to go down?
The stars. President Lucilla, I'm sure you know, any instrument that nears the etheric sea.
I am well aware of that. However, by relying on augmented resonance effects, the Academy can overcome that barrier.
And if it fails, the cockpit becomes a coffin. Is that a chance you're willing to take?
This is our decision. If the answer lies beyond death, then that's where we go. Just wait and see. My brightest students will pierce the sky for all to see.
The car will be here soon. I could take it from here.
Thanks for everything, Alto. Really.
That was a nice cinematic.
You! Oh, it was a long day. The kind you don't forget, though. Rover, can you
Kuruk
pass a
has
message
actually
to the
mastered
president for me?
the
After a
art
speech
of
like that,
cinematics.
the outcome doesn't matter half as much.
Monkey down. Good for you.
Everything's gonna be alright.
I repeat, monkey down.
Catch you at the Black Shores, my friend.
Congrats. How often did you die?
Till next time.
Asking for a friend.
The lenses convert the reactive light into stored energy.
Let's get moving.
Only once. How often did I die against the monkey? Was it 3 times? I think it was 3 times. I'm not sure.
She is not here. She is likely still at the review hall.
Thank you. I'll look for her there.
I'm sorry.
What for?
If I had been more helpful, perhaps the outcome would have been more satisfying.
This was her battle. You and I have already done our best for her.
Go check on her.
Did you ever counter that bug that hinders you to go to the end game? I mean, these bosses, that two boss you need to defeat to get to the end game. If you die against how was these bosses? How are these called again? Selina and Solkin, these two bosses. If you die against them, you're soft locked because you can't fight against them anymore. You have to reset the whole map. Did you encounter that? You can't die anyways. Okay, good for you. Then it doesn't matter. But it's actually true. You can get the bug and you are pretty much soft locked. At 3 times lost league so far Once Monkey Act 3, once some map random boss I never seen once. That Labyrinth Guy Act 4. I'm not talking about Act 4, I'm talking about interclouds. The third path. These two end bosses you need to slay to get to the end game.
The illustrious rover. Jinzhou, Raguna, Septimont, and now Lahai Roi. Why, of all times, do you choose to remain behind the curtain?
You are now at the third. The end boss in the third. You never died intercludes. Good for you.
They said you were formidable, but easily swayed by emotion. Looks like our intelligence division is full of overpaid dead weight after all.
She understands what her students need better than I ever could.
She's let that childish idealism cloud her judgment. Since Solaris was first trapped beneath the etheric sea, we've seen hundreds of attempts, hundreds of failures. But the reality is we can't even bring their bodies home. She chooses
But
to
your
indulge her
first
students'
couple of
whims?
events, I
Fine.
think you
Then
died.
she's bound to them. One more casualty, and the investors will lose
Act
their
1 and
patience
2
with the
like
program
20
and
times.
hold her accountable.
Fair enough, fair enough. I don't read, keep track.
Ultimately, sacrificing our finest young minds to suicidal experiments. That's not just a failure. It's a disgrace to our species itself. Useless. All of it. Oh, forget I said that. Just an old woman's rambling. Don't read too much into it. Give Lucilla a message. Kristen autographed a premier memento for her. If she wants it, she'll need to return to the new Fed and claim it herself.
Yeah, you play hardcore. For you a death is different.
Failed teacher.
I don't play hardcore, so basically my deaths are basically, yeah, it happens, whatever. I mean, you probably saw me already that I sometimes died because of my impatience. So yeah,
I shall be the vessel.
Let's add more memory.
that's definitely something. I mean, you can play hardcore, I can play not hardcore, and basically have the same game, and we play basically the same game, so everyone can play however they want, so yeah, that's the good. That's a good part. That's why you can choose these modes. Otherwise, if these choices you do at the beginning were pointless, it would be absolutely... It would not benefit the game whatsoever, but because these options are actually forming your gameplay, forming your save. I do like this that you can choose how you want to play. More games should do this. Discord. I banned Discord. No, I don't. Good to know that you actually know why I banned it. It's ridiculous that I don't even have to explain it. It's so stupid. Yeah, the bad stuff is bots are actually coming through anyway. It doesn't matter how much stuff you blacklist. These motherfuckers come through anytime. It's... I mean, I talked about this at work with one of my colleagues. AI is getting ridiculous with scams. It's so stupid. And most things I know about AI is nothing useful, it's just basically scam stuff. Is this really what AI is? Scamming? And it will get worse with better fake deep fakes. That's how they call it. This could be actually pretty... If AI is actually getting that reputation, it only goes for scammers who we are basically. Yeah, bots, two bots will implode and no one do that shit for anything relevant. I mean, I see no benefit in AI, really. I mean, if you use AI too much, your brain cells start dying. Your intellect is just degrowing, literally. And the other thing is, whatever AI can do, you can do it for yourself anyway. And the thing is, if you need it, it's useful. If you don't need it, why bother in the first place? Some people are taking the excuse, yeah, but then I'm faster and more efficient. No one cares. That whole efficiency stuff is so stupid. I could rant about AI for an hour and it wouldn't make any difference. Other people are better about it and actually showing some facts. Just let me say this, I hate AI. It's so useless. Yeah, that's the other thing. It's not intelligent. It's basically it's a advanced and a huge algorithm. That's AI. It's nothing intelligent. It's basically algorithm with a huge scale. That's everything. I want to level up. I have some bosses left. I mean, I can clear one weekly boss. And Rebecca would make sense. Yeah, why not? Why not?
Flicker into form.
Come on, memories take shape.
Worry not for me. You should have run. Let there
be slow.
Yeah. Lucilla's story quest is done, and that's everything I wanted to do today.
Roam above the inferno.
So technically, I'm done with everything today. And the sad part is I have to go to sleep in 2 hours. So I can stand up in 8. Without sleep included. Without that, I mean, I can sleep for 6 hours if I go to bed in 2 hours. Yeah. Little time, another week. Yeah, me too. That's why I'm tired. Sunday to Monday I slept 2 hours. Monday to Tuesday I slept like 4.5 hours. I wish sleep would actually be overrated. If you just could skip sleep, it would be so much better. Sleep takes way too much time. I would really wish you would be right on that one. To a certain extent, I skip it, but not completely. To a certain extent, I skip sleep. The sad part is I have early shifts, so I have to stand up at 3 AM. That's the sad part. Two more stones and endgame. I mean, you could technically get there today. Theoretically. I mean, some people are reaching endgame in 4 hours. I still have no idea how, but theoretically it's possible. So if you take like 2 hours for 2 zones, that's definitely possible. Get there today for you. In the end, you have like 1,000 hours played, so you are a bit more experienced than me with like 60. At some point you're just running through those maps and don't even pay attention anymore because you saw it so often. I guess you run like on autopilot after several hundreds of hours. You just run on autopilot, but you can't afford to do that due to your own hardcore decision. One death equals save file gone. I mean, it's not gone, but you drop out of hardcore. So for your challenge, it's technically gone. make breaks in between good decision. Yeah, but the status stays. Yeah, I mean, if you stop between a stage, the stage is obviously staying. But if you teleport out in 15 minutes or so, the whole stage gets reset. You can use those informations obviously to your advantage. That's true. Stash. Yeah. What? Oh, your stash stays. Your character and your equipment is gone, but your stash stays. I thought you would take, I mean, what I thought about was a stage that you pause in the middle of a stage and the stage it stays like it is and doesn't get reset due to the timer. You can do that also. But yeah, the stash, what you load in the stash stays. You mentioned that. Yeah, I know that stages will reset in 12 to 15 minutes. I have to use that to reset that boss, otherwise I couldn't have gotten into the end game due to a soft lock bug. That's in there apparently since launch or since 0.1. 12 months, and this bug hasn't resolved. It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, technically, these developers should know about this bug, but maybe they can't fix it, or if they fix it, something else would get broken. That would actually be the case. Game development on that high of a scale is not easy. To fix one thing, to break 10 other. And the truth is, game development is actually like this. It's insane. Ja. You would assume that the app is part of that boss mesh. Mech boss. I mean, in that map I mentioned you can get soft lock, where not a mech boss, but some mechs on that map to go to get. I mean, there were mechs on the map to kill. What you have that in Wuwa? I would assume that the map is... What's my... What? Incident bosses and hollows use that area for some shit. That's why you reset the whole thing when you restart. Okay, if you say so. Why are you hopping that fast between Wuwa and Ever Exile? It's a bit... Yeah, the thing is, it's fast for me because I can't read the information out of your text when you switched games. That's the problem. Coding of the bosses applied to... I just mentioned it using the same. You just reference fluttering waves. Yeah, that's right. You code the whole instance as a whole. So the boss is part of the instance. Like every other waypoint checkpoint and enemy is. It's all part of one instance. It's one part of one it's one part of one level. Everything is basically one level. And in that one level is everything is basically to some extent connected. So if you fix one thing in one map or change one stuff in one map, it's affecting multiple things. That's actually the thing what I was mentioning. You fix one stuff or you change one stuff, you break 10 other things. That is exactly why the game development is so tricky. Because everything is with everything connected. I can remember when something got implemented into the game and the whole main character just didn't work anymore. Every animation was just gone. The whole code was broken. Oh. Our engineers just raged. And the worst part is, it was their own fault. They implemented something by themselves and then it crashed. So they have to fix their own mess. They couldn't blame others. That was also kind of interesting to see, also kind of frustrating. No, I wanted to make a cut here anyway, Decabo. I mean, I have to go to bed anyway soon. And I have to Otherwise, I would just collapse at work and I can't afford that. So maybe we will see us on Friday, where I don't have a timer. On Friday, I don't have a timer. I know that. Streaming another week is I often thought about not streaming on another week, just on Friday and Saturday, just to have no clock behind. Yeah, I'm not waiting here for you to come back, and especially because I know it could take more than a half hour. Yeah, I'm not waiting here for a half hour just so you come back. Good. But to make a cut here after the story quest of Lucilla. So yeah, that's would be about it for today. So thanks for watching and see you another time. What? Bro, I said some time ago I wanted to make a cut here. And here. So you're fine with it? Ending the stream, or is something still on discussion? Games with my smartphone. Nah, not every day. Not every day. It's good to have some time in between or playing some games not every day. The only thing I wanted to play today was Wuthering Waves and the story quest. That was everything I wanted to do today, and that's done. So basically, I'm done with gaming for today. That's literally is. Okay, then I see there's nothing. Good. Okay, Capo, thanks for tuning in. So on Friday, I will play Path of Exile again. At least don't touch it under a week anymore. Maybe I do. Anyway, on Friday will be Path of Exile 2 stream, and yeah, today I'm basically done. I wish you the best of luck in Path of Exile 2 Hardcore. Would be damn sad if you would die there before the end game. And yeah, maybe we'll see us on another time. And now, actually bye. See you another time.